everyone, and welcome back to my channel. This is Dr. Mommy Budgets, and I am Amanda. I am here today to do my week 3 budget projection for my paycheck for today. And I am going to be explaining to you what I plan to do with this week's pay and how I plan to use it as it relates to me paying down my expenses and paying down my debt. So, if you are interested in this sort of content, then I would love it if you would stick around to the very end of this video so that you can see how I plan to use my pay for this upcoming week. Now, for those that are new to this channel, welcome. And those who are old, welcome back. So what we're going to do today is we're going to dive right into this video. I am actually going to project my budget projection sheet up on the screen. For a hot second, I had thought about, bringing you guys along as I actually write out all of my plans for my money for this week like I used to do in other videos, but I have a few things that are going to be altered and kind of moved around this week. So I would rather just go through and explain everything instead of trying to, recalculate and then explain at the same time. So let's dive right into this video. Okay. You should see projected on your screen my projection sheet. All right, as you can see at the top of the sheet, we do have our heading, which is week 3 budget projection for Friday, May the 21st, 2020. And as you guys know who have been here with me for a while, I do like to put some little tidbit of motivation on these sheets so that it can kind of help you to get going with your thought process as it relates to either yourself or your mindset or your money or both. Today we're kind of tackling both. As you can see, I have mental health month. So May has been deemed the mental health month. So this is the month where you have a lot of activities centered around mental health. You have a lot of people coming out talking about mental health and ways that you can not be depressed and ways that you can be happy and be calm and be peaceful. So in your spare time, it will not hurt at all to take a look at some of those news articles, just articles in general, YouTube videos as it relates to your mental health. And the other phrase that I have on the other side of my page is mind your mental state so that you can mind your money. Very self-explanatory. You want to make sure that your head space is good when it comes to dealing with your finances. You want to make sure that you're thinking clearly, you're thinking logically as it relates to your funds and your finances, how you're utilizing them. So let's dive right in. First thing we have on the list is the mortgage. I will be setting aside $268 for that mortgage. Next is my HOA fee, which is my homeowners association fee. That will be $6.70. Next is the debt amount. These are debt monies that I can send extra to whatever debt I'm currently paying off. I only have 2 debts left. It is my mortgage and my student loan. Since we don't really know what's going on with student loans, it's in the forgiveness COVID stage right now, so I'm not even focusing on that one. So we're focusing all the extra monies on the mortgage right now. So that amount that I will be able to send for extra debt money this week is going to be $289. Next, we have our auto insurance for $73, life insurance for $21, student loan payment. Although I am not sending money toward the student loan payment, there is going to be, or student loan balance, there is going to be a time when I'm going to have to start back making those monthly payments, so I still set aside that money every single week. That's going to be $100. My daughter's car fund is $21. I put monies in her little checking account for oil changes, if you need gas in her vehicle, things like that. Then I have my children's savings account where I automatically send $28.50 to that account. Household expenses is next, which is $194. That is physical money that I take out of my checking account every single week and put in my index card system in my wallet. These categories range anywhere from groceries all the way to pet supplies. So there's that. Try not to use my debit card that much. When I utilize the cash, it really kind of makes me think about, hey, do I really need to get that? So that's why I prefer to pull cash out. And last but not least is the cushion or the buffer that I like to leave in this bills checking account, which is $26.15, because I do not like leaving accounts bone dry. And I may want to run out and grab something real quick that's just not a part of my budget. So I leave that little money in there so for things like that. The total for this week is going to be $1,027.35. Okay? Now, typically what I do is I leave $1,228 in this account. This is the direct deposit from my paycheck. I leave $1,228 in this account because throughout my budgeting time, I have noticed that this amount is the amount that will take care of all of my expenses and all of my debts or whatever I'm paying during that particular week. And I do have, savings accounts and that kind of thing where money goes, but this is focusing just on my expenses and debts and how I plan to utilize that portion of my paycheck during that week. So with the $1,228 left in there, let's move to that next line. Since our total amount of debt and expenses only comes to $1,027.35, we're going to have to subtract. So we're going to subtract $1,228 minus the total of expenses, which is $1,027.35, and that's going to leave us with $200.65. As you can see, that number gets a blue cloud around it because it's going to have a relationship with the number below it, but we'll get back to that. So as you can see, the little note out beside that amount is to put it away into the bills savings account. So that means I'm not using that money this week. I'm going to physically move it to the bill savings account, but we're moving it right here on paper for now. So because we have some other moving and shaking of this money that we need to do before we actually do the real action. So that's that. Now that's step one. Step two is to go back up through these expenses and put a pink PA, which means put away, around beside any item that I will not physically be paying in this week. That means that although, I set aside that money out of this week's pay, I won't be paying that debt. This is just how I am able to divide up my expenses throughout the month. So as you can see, we have 5 pink circles here beside those items. These are items that I am going to, that total amount of money I will be putting away in the bill savings account. So what we will do, let's come back down to the next to the last line of this explanation, and you will see I have that pink circle PA with the total amount. The total amount is $468.70. So that is the total amount that I will be putting away in the bill savings account from those items up there with the pink circle around them. That's step two. So step 3 is to go back up and put a purple triangle beside those items that I will be satisfying this week. I will be taking some sort of action against these items. Okay, as you can see, the debt amount toward the mortgage, I will be sending that extra $289 toward my mortgage, because I am making those small principal payments only each week. The daughter's car fund, I will move that money to her account. The children's savings account, that is money that automatically goes into their account every week. I have 3 teenagers, and yes, I know this is not a whole lot of money, but it adds up over time. So I send money to their little savings account each week. Then, of course, the household expenses amount, that's money I will physically pull out in cash, so I will be doing that this week. And I just put the purple triangle by the buffer amount because it does have an action this week. But although the money may or may not sit in the stay in the account, it will sit there in that account for this week. So I do view that as an item that I will be doing for this week. So that's what we have there. That's step 3. And step 4 is the final step. So basically, the very last line of this sheet, you see those 2 numbers with the blue clouds around them. They both have a blue cloud around them because they both have a relationship with each other. We either have to add them together or we have to subtract them depending on what I need to do with that amount of money. But it looks like in both cases for this week, I will be putting away monies in the bill savings account. So that means we need to add those 2 numbers together. Let's do that. Look down at the very last line, and it shows you $468.70 plus the $200.65 equals $669.35. That number gets a full yellow box around it because that is what I am going to physically do with my money this upcoming week. So after we've taken care of all of the expenses, we move the monies around on the paper, everything is going swell. That $669.35 is what I will physically move from that bills checking account portion of this account to the bills savings account portion, so that money can be utilized, at other times during this month. So there you have it. Now let me go back up here and explain real quick because I know it may be confusing to those who might be new, but those that are old, you already know how I'm doing this. As you can see, that first line, the mortgage, the $268, it does have a PA beside it. That means I will be putting that money away. But if you go down to the third line, you see that I have that debt amount of $289, which I will be sending to the mortgage. So what's going on here is that $268 that I'm putting away, that is for my monthly payments. You still have to make a one-time monthly payment towards your mortgage every single month. So that money I still set aside because that is not what I'm doing this week. This week, I'm just going to make a $289 principal only payment. So that's why we got, the money's moving and shaking around on paper like this. That's why I like to kind of talk through this and write this stuff down because it can get confusing. You see on my paper where I have one mortgage amount that I'm putting away for later, but I'm also sending an extra principal payment to the mortgage. So yes, it can get confusing, but I try and explain everything to the best of my ability. So this is really all I have for this video, guys. If there is anything on this page that you are not clear about, please leave me a comment. Please leave it down in the comment section. Send me questions, whatever you need to know about this budget. I will be glad to explain it to you and what my thought process is behind doing a budget this way. So this is really all I have for this video. I did go and get my hair done, guys. Are y'all liking my little new hairstyle? Yes, I know this is totally off the video, but my hair is really growing and I am loving the process of, it being locked. So this is my little new style. Check it out, check it out. Leave me a comment below and let me know what you think about it. I love it, I love it. But that's all I have for this video. Please like this video, comment below with the things that I suggested earlier, and share this information with those who may be interested. This is Dr. Mommy Budgets, where we dream big but start small around here. And I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.